Sometimes we Nigerians wonder why things are the way they are in leadership, government, and so on. Why are we battling with the mess we found ourselves in? And why are we ranting? And why our rants aren't fading anytime soon? For those who are in the diaspora and not in tune with the trend, let me bring you up to speed. I would love you to watch this video carefully.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rhythm.
Now I know why most influencers would not talk about Nigerian politics or even go anywhere near Nigerian regional or national matter. For obvious reasons. I have learned the hard way. Believe me, trust me, I will never ever be talking about Nigerian politics, Nigerian problems, or Nigerian matter again on my page. It is done and dusted. The division and the hatedness amongst the citizens of that country is alarming beyond words. Tribalism will never allow Nigeria to thrive as or succeed as a nation. With over 250 ethnic groups, the diversity among them has become a heavy burden and a heavy problem, and nobody can manage the complexities of the different tribes or different groups in Nigeria. Everyone is committing and sticking to their own tribe at all costs, ignoring fact and accountability. Even when one tribe has what it takes to help the other tribe, they won't do it. They would rather give that help to somebody in their tribe that they know would not succeed or would not make any reasonable development with that help. They would rather give it to that person instead of giving it to the person from the other tribe that can do something with it, that can bring about development with it. They won't do that. Instead, everybody are sticking to false narrative and negative narrative in support of their own tribal policies and beliefs. I strongly believe the tribal problem in Nigeria is not about hate. It is about competition against each other, all the tribe in competition with each other, and it had blown out of proportion. But for me, anyway, no more Nigerian talks, no more Nigerian politics, no more Nigerian matters on my page. It is done and dusted. Only God can help that country called Nigeria. Trying to help Nigeria or trying to advocate for change in Nigeria right now is like trying to rescue somebody that is drowning in the middle of the ocean. Good luck.
Unfortunately, he spewed facts. During the President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration, I was of a neutral allegiance. Some said, oh, it's because you are from so-so and so-so place. Why are you not condemning him? What and what did he do? Anyway, I was of the opinion that certain things would have been done correct by him if he was allowed to work. Remember how he tackled Ebola single-handedly with his team without any international help that marveled the world. That within 30 days, he achieved a lot. Ebola was shut down in Nigeria and it was completely eradicated. Then during Buhari's regime, those that were close to me were shocked that I have an allegiance. They were like, how are you not condemning him? Now it's Tinubu's regime. I'm of a neutral allegiance. I don't care about the political party or tribe or religion. I care only about my nation. What are we going to do to make this nation great again? For as long as I am carrying the passport of this great nation, Nigeria, all I want is its sovereignty to stand. All I want is the greatness of my nation, Nigeria. All I want is the glory of my country, Nigeria, to shine. I am from a particular tribe. However, tribalism has no place in my corner. You better know this and know peace. I want every listener to listen to me carefully. I would love us to listen to this video from the beginning through the end. Nigeria being a complex nation has its perks and consequences, okay? And understanding Nigeria in its fullness is something only for those with high intelligence quotient, because Nigeria as a country is housing many countries. More than 30 countries put together is equal to Nigeria, and each state in Nigeria is a powerful nation on its own. In fact, if you observe carefully, you will understand or discover that there are places you will be in this same Nigeria by 7 p.m. It will look as if it's still 5 p.m. And there are regions you will go to that same time, it will appear as if it is already 9 p.m. And that is why I am of the opinion, it is my own personal opinion, that though we might be operating the same time, we have different undocumented time zone. That is to show you how big this nation is. Now in Nigeria, there are 5 issues plaguing us: tribalism, complex language, politics, religion, and tradition. You see, 2 out of these 5, politics and religion, they are our major problems in this nation. These 2 are our bane. If you remove these 2, we as a complex nation would have gone far as a nation. As for tribalism or tribal sentiment, it is a normal thing because of the tradition and the belief system of a particular group of people. Each group were taught to be good citizens of their tribe, to defend their values and beliefs, starting from cradle, and it is who we are. However, as a tribe of different areas coming together to form a nation is meant to strengthen us via adaptability, sharing common interests. However, due to political instigation and religious misguidedness, many people had taken nepotism for tribalism. I, for one, I do believe that nepotism is a key factor in leadership. Note this, starting from the beginning of creation, there was nepotism. It was because of nepotism that made Cain to kill Abel. We all know what happened as Christians. Even in the angelic realm, the 9 angelic realms, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, the virtues, the powers, the principalities, the archangels, and the angels. Out of these 9 realms, there are 3 orders. The top tier order, the seraphim, the cherubim, the thrones; the mid tier, the dominions, virtue, and the powers; the principalities, archangels, and angels were the bottom tier. However, Elohim, the El Elyon, skipped the first tier order and went to the mid tier and went to the last of the mid tier, the powers, and singled out angel Lucifer. Angel Lucifer was so beautiful, and God made angel Lucifer his favorite and granted him power above powers. Why they are very close, Angel Lucy wanted the throne of El Elyon out of envy and greed. And during that point, El Elyon also had a lot of allies. So when war broke out, an ally of El Elyon in the 8th realm, that is the archangel's chief, that is the head, the leader of the archangels, Angel Michael, challenged the leader of the powers, Angel Lucifer. And because there were powers, because on a norm, Angel Lucifer is stronger and of a higher rank than Angel Michael. But because of the powers that be, the powers from above, the cherubim, the seraphim, the virtues, the thrones, and all the powers above that were behind the angel Michael. He was strong enough that despite 1/3 that fought against the other heavenly angels, they were overpowered and overthrown. And again, when angel Lucifer was casted down, he was not there alone. The Elohim swept the entire heavenly realms. Every of his allies were thrown down in order to maintain order. What am I saying? For God made us like him in his image and in his likeness. Due to our complex nature as humans, we need allies. You need an ally if you want to lead. Your strength as a leader, both in the village, in the family, workplace, or government, depends on the strength of your allies or those who genuinely support you. If not, you can easily be uprooted by your opposers. Even in the offices or in the banking sector, the governor must have strong allies in strategic positions. If not, the oppressors may cause an instigation and he will be eliminated. No leader would want to put an antagonist in a key position, even if they are the best to fill that role. In Nigeria, there is always a word fight amongst the three major tribes. Also, other tribes are dragging one another left, right, center. And it started a long time ago to a point that we are where we are today. A lot of people feel that because you're a Yoruba person, that you will not like P2B or any Igbo man doing well. But that is a very big lie, being sponsored by terrible politicians and our religious leaders that are brainwashing us. If the Edos, if the Yorubas, if other tribes does not like the Igbo people, then who were the people that voted for P2B? You think all the votes were from the Igbos? Did you know that there was a time the Igbos were prevented from voting in many places in Lagos? Because of that narrative that once you are an Igbo person, oh, you are for the Labour Party. And once you are from Yoruba, oh, you are for APC. That was one of the huge mistakes the political thugs made in Lagos State, okay? And when they allowed many Yorubas to vote, many Yorubas voted for P2P. Who were the non-Igbos that voted massively for Labour Party in Ogun State, in Osun State, in Oyo, in Ondo State, in Edo State, in Delta, in the southern part of Nigeria, and even in the north? These people did not vote for P2B because he's an Igbo man. No, they voted for P2B because from his presentation and analysis, they were convinced beyond every reasonable doubt that he is the man that will bring change to Nigeria. If the Yorubas hate the Igbos, why are 90% of the traders in Trade Fair Lagos Igbos? 60% of the traders in Oshodi are Igbos. 85% of the traders in Alaba International Market are Igbos. 90% of the landlords in Lekki and Ajah are not Yorubas. 30% of the landlords in Ogun State are Igbos. 60% of the landlords in Surulere are Igbos. Many landlords are in Edo State. There are many landlords in Ondo State, in Kwara. There are many landlords that are in Akure. It shows that they don't hate you. However, when you are in people's lands, try to obey their laws. Do not try to overstep your boundaries. When they extend their supportive hand to you, try to stay within your lane. You cannot enter people's territories and try to overpower them. It does not work that way. Some of the Yorubas feel that the Igbos hate them. If the Igbos hate you, let me even ask you, why would they even invest your land to even begin with? If they hate you, why would they pay huge amounts that you call to buy lands and support you financially as well as develop your land? Or don't you know that they are developing your land? Why would they even welcome you in their market in the eastern land? How many of you non-Igbos has visited Onitsha? Onitsha main market is the biggest market in the whole of West Africa. My brothers and sisters, when you go there, you will see so many tribes in that land trading. If you go to Owerri, you will see a lot of non-Igbos there. But Yorubas, Edos, they are very comfortable and relaxed trading. The same thing is applicable in so many parts of the Igbo land. Yes, they may not be able to sell their lands to you freely because their culture is different from yours. Because 80% of their lands in Igbo lands are community lands. That is why when you go to the east, you will see a lot of empty lands spanning from one community to another, with no houses, and until it is shared by the community elders of the land, it can only be used for farming. And when shared, people will start building. And in Igbo land, you don't just inherit a land because you were the earliest to settle there. Nope, all lands belong to the community until it is shared. No money is really required. Sometimes they will collect a gorge, small money to develop the community. And also the land is not even enough for them. Check their geographical location. You will see that their sizes are small compared to other regions. There are so many Igbos in Yoruba land. There are Yorubas in Igbo land. There are Hausas in Igbo land. There are Igbos and Yorubas in Hausa land doing business. So it is not about tribe, my brothers and sisters. It's never tribe. If we speak one language, it would have been different. But you see, politics and religion, they have destroyed this nation. Our religious leaders have destroyed us. In this nation, a lot of fake prophecies are flying here and there. Fake herbalists, fake native doctors, fake Ezewanyis and water worshippers, Yes, there are genuine pastors and imams. There are genuine prophets and prophetesses. There are genuine native doctors. There are genuine water spirits and water worshippers and the Ezewanyis. Yes, they exist. However, they've been overshadowed by the terrible, evil, and fake ones. Our religious leaders had led so many of us to believe that one group of people are meant to be on the seat. What do you expect when you made a bold claim that God said when God did not say anything? They are lying here and there. Some even prophesy that Nigeria is going to end in 20 so and so. Yet we are still where we are. Nigeria did not change. Nigeria did not end as a nation. Our religious leaders collected huge sum of money from these politicians, all in the name of visitations and thanksgivings. Our religious leaders staged protests against some political leaders out of tribal sentiments and one-sided favoritism. Our religious leaders planted the seed of hatred on their members against other religions. You will see some people believing that Islam is evil all because of what their pastors preached to them. You see some people believing that Christianity is evil all because of what their imams preached to them. You will see both the Islamic people and the Christian people believing that traditional worshippers are evil and inferior because we've been brainwashed. Our politicians are busy instigating us against one another, but they know themselves. They were never enemies. It's all about power tussle. There is a clash between different tribes simply because the three presidential aspirants were from different tribes. Yet, these same aspirants will see themselves, they will gist and they will laugh. Politics and religion, the bane of our nation. Let me take you back to the civilian rule. When PDP entered power, the other political parties fought against them, and the fight became intense that they turned it into a religious and tribal war. Christians were killed in the north. In the next regime, it became a tribal war. So Southerners were killed in the north. Northerners were chased out and killed in the south. It was basbos here and there. Who were the people fighting and carrying knives up and down? They were the gullible ones, the uneducated ones, the inexposed ones, and the exposed ones that decided to retaliate because they've had enough. I am a neutral person. I have a tribe. But to me, if this country is not peaceful, there is no peace for us all. We live in a country where if you support the agendas of this particular government and standing for unity, you are either a Yoruba person or an Hausa person or an APC candidate, or that they sent you or that someone paid you, or that you are an anti-Igbo person. We live in a country whereby if you speak against the current bad governance with facts, without being myopic and you being neutral, you are being seen as anti-Tinubu or an Igbo person or a Biafran agitator. This should stop. We can no longer talk in peace. We can no longer analyze issues in peace without it being tended towards tribalism. Our politicians are using our brain. They have brainwashed us. If you don't know my name, you won't know my tribe, because my tribe, your tribe, they are not the problem. We should allow any sitting leader to dish out their plans. Be supportive. Let us see how it will work. Some of you should learn to move on. Election is over. Some of you politicians should stop destabilizing this country, all because you did not win election. We all know what is going on. If truly, as most of you said, that you really want the good of this nation, when election is over, you shield your sword and allow the political leaders, the sitting government, to carry out the plans that they've stated that they want to do in this nation. Then you come in when you are needed. That is how others are doing. Yes, we throw political tantrum, but not to destabilize the nation. Some of you, at every slightest issue, you will jump on CNN, you will jump on BBC, you will jump on Arise channels and be granting interviews here and there, instilling panic in the minds of the Nigerian citizens. With your statements, you will start highlighting the weaknesses and you will highlight them to the international body. But you say that you have the good of Nigeria in your mind. Who are we deceiving? It is all about politics. We are watching. During Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, I nearly had a fight with some people because I was of different opinion. I said, give Goodluck Ebele Jonathan a chance to work. He has his master plan. But no, some of my brothers and sisters, because they've been brainwashed by politics, by tribalistic tendencies, that should not be so. They allowed the opposition parties to brainwash them, and Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was frustrated out of office. We know the truth. We knew about how some Northerners and APC members depressed and frustrated the president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and PDP. The Western world tried to feast and hijack the issue. The president refused and they joined hands to deal with him. That was the most unstable period in Nigeria. So many people are crying or shouting of crisis. Have we forgotten so soon? What is happening now is just a play. It's just a minor thing to what happened during the PDP's regime. Innocent nothing girls from Chibok and their families became victims of political abduction. And a group of people genuinely formed Bring Back Our Chibok Girls. However, along the line, it was hijacked by instigators to destabilize the sitting government. Suicide bombing was happening here and there. Nyanya market in Abuja was bombed. A lot of places in the north were bombed, and many lives were lost. So many people were thrown into panic. Nigeria was in total pandemonium. APC staged protests here and there. NLC people, Nigerian Labour Congress members staged protests. In fact, it was protests here and there. Religious leaders staged protests. We knew the truth. University, ASU, were embarking on strike as if they were embarking on some invigilation or on some assignments. At every slightest dialogue, they will lock the classrooms and tell people that they've embarked on strike over promises made to them by the past regime, the regime of Obasanjo, not Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. One of our political godfathers that people know very well even tore his PDP certificate in front of the national television. So many PDP people were frustrated to a point that they had to dump PDP and they entered APC. The president was subjected to public ridicule, and during election it became a tug of war. Either you lose or there will be a lot of blood that will be shed. And he said that his political ambition is not worth shedding the blood of innocent citizens, and that was how he handed over. APC entered power and the drama started all over again. What you see going on is a political retaliation. Yes, we know the truth. But we, the citizens that want the best for this country, we are the ones bearing the brunt of the clash of the titans in this nation. Listen, brothers and sisters, if Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was left to lead as he planned, he would have done a very fantastic job for this nation. After all, during his time, that was the time of Ebola. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and his team completely wiped out Ebola from Nigeria, a feat that the United Nations and World Health Organization stated to be impossible. Even for America, it was a feat achieved by Nigeria under the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration. That was the same man that APC said was a weakling. That's to show you what he would have done if Buhari was left to rule without antagonisms by PDP, without antagonisms by the Arewa group, without antagonisms by the Biafran agitators, without antagonisms by the Oduduwa agitators. He would have delivered one of the best administrations for this nation. But no, there were antagonisms here and there. PDP frustrated his government. Biafran agitators frustrated his government. That was when they named Nigeria a zoo nation by a group of people. All this to retaliate. If we can allow the sitting government and his team to work without propaganda here and there, he would do a fantastic job. But I am not sure. I am not expecting it because they all planted this seed. We knew what APC did to frustrate the other political parties. Now, we the citizens, we are bearing the brunt. We need to focus on ourselves. We need to deliver ourselves from this mess. You cannot instigate me against anybody. You can't even instigate me against Tinubu. You can't instigate me against Atiku. You cannot instigate me against P2B. Each of them, they've done their best for this nation in one way or the other, whether you believe it or not. That it did not favor you does not mean it is a lie. Each of them are just the head. They work with people. We can make a change. Who are these people? The citizens. The change can start from us. Stop getting brainwashed by these politicians. Stop believing that everything any particular sitting government is doing is bad simply because they are not from your tribe or from your political party. If the present government is PDP or Labour Party, will the Labour Party supporters or PDP supporters drag them like this? And of course, APCs, they are currently calm and on the defense. But we know that if the present leaders or the present government is from PDP, is PDP and Labour Party, APC will be doing the same thing right now that others are doing. This all boils down to politics. These people are just playing with us in this nation, and our religious leaders allow them to be used as tools to cause havoc in this nation on their own. It is all about them playing games. The deaths of we the citizens are just some calculated errors, and they don't care. Listen, these people are not enemies. We are our own enemies. You can advise your brothers and sisters. The political talks are actually citizens. We can do better. We need to stand up for ourselves. Do not think that destroying the image of this nation or tarnishing the image of Nigeria will cause harm to our politicians. Ero, we are joking. We are the ones tarnishing our own image. They have their diplomatic passport. They can hop on the plane and travel to any country that they want. But we may not be able to do so simply because we used our own mouth to destroy our nation, all in the name of blogging or YouTubing or TikToking or Facebooking. We are dealing with ourselves, and they are busy laughing at us. Look at them and their children. Do they struggle like we do? Do they get questioned like we do? No, nobody stops them to check them the way they do to us. So we are harming ourselves. We Nigerians, we need to stand up. We the citizens, we the masses, we can do better. May God save us in this nation. Only if you and I want to be saved, I come in peace. God bless Nigeria.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rhythm collide. I'm the king of this groove with the catchy hook. Got the ladies moving and the fellas shook. Just down the boulevard with the top down low. Music blasting loud, feeling the flow. Neon lights flicker in the night's embrace. Lost in the moment, in this rhythmic chase. Catching glances from strangers as I pass them by. In the city of dreams where stars light up the sky. Every step, every verse takes me closer to the soft rap world where I spread my wings and fly.